Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome to the video. Now, the truck that I've got for you today is an absolutely filthy 2019 Ford F-150, and for once, I actually know firsthand why it's so dirty. Okay, well, as the truck belongs to one of the workers who was out at the studio site recently, where it was a complete mud pit, it didn't take long for the Wheelwells and Underside to be coated in thick mud while they struggled to move their trailer around. So a couple of days later, and the mud is dried up and super stuck on the truck. But looking around, and you can see the wheel wells are pretty stuffed full. Every inch of the wheels are caked with dirt, and everywhere else, well, it's just been painted brown with dirt. Moving inside now, and it's no surprise that it's really dirty as well. The floor mats are filthy, and besides all the mud, the seats are covered in chemical spills and transfer from clothes. So there is a pile of work ahead of me today. But just before we dive into it, take a second and make sure you're subscribed to the channel and that you've got the bell on, so that way you get notified when my new videos go live each week. Alright guys, well, I am definitely looking forward to getting the pressure washer fired up today and revealing the beautiful blue paint underneath all that dirt. So as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the transformation. Okay, starting on the wheel wells now, and like I mentioned in the opening, this truck belongs to one of the workers who was out at the studio site this past week, and I remember watching him pull his trailer through all the mud and thinking, ooh, that's gonna be fun to clean up. Well, joke's on me, because after he told me that he never had time to clean the vehicle, I sort of felt bad and figured I'd offer my services. So while I do enjoy pressure washing dirty vehicles, dealing with mud like this is a bit of a pain as it takes quite a bit of time to get it all off. But there's no question the transformation is just that much better at the end. Okay, moving to the back, and as there's chemicals involved in the owner's line of work, they're obviously transported in the truck, and unfortunately there's quite a few spots in the box where things have spilled and dripped down onto the bumper. So given that the chemical is basically like glue and hard as a rock, the only way to remove it would be to replace the plastic pieces on the bumper. So while I'd love to get everything looking perfect today, I do understand that sometimes things are just too damaged to look new again. Now, since the mud out at the studio site was really thick and sticky, it's not making my job any easier here, but what does help is mixing in some hot water on the line feeding my pressure washer, which is something I only ever have to do with trucks like this. Now, for whatever reason, this F-150 has carpeted liners up in the front wheel wells, which probably triples the amount of time it takes to get them sprayed out, because the mud is able to adhere much better to the rougher surface over a smooth plastic one. So I'm a little disappointed that Ford hopped on the bandwagon with these, but I'm sure they do serve their purpose in reducing road noise inside the truck. Now, just before I wrap up the pre-wash rinse, I'll turn my attention to the underside, where there was quite a bit more mud stuck on. Moving to the wheels, and for that I'll use some of my best-selling wheel and tire cleaner, which is available in either 16-ounce or gallon sizes over at detailgeekautocare.com. And what's really great about this stuff is how well it works. It can easily cut through tire blooming, old dressings, and dirt and brake dust on your wheels. Plus, it's dilutable up to 2-to-1, so be sure to give it a look if you'd like to keep your wheels looking perfect. Turning to the rubber floor mats now, and the process here is simple. Spray them off with the pressure washer, then agitate some 4-to-1 all-purpose cleaner with my medium green drill brush, and then just blast them clean. Okay, getting started on vacuuming, and I'll quickly get the seat bolt covers removed just so I've got access everywhere I need. And you can probably tell, but there's lots of room underneath these seats, so there's no need to remove them today as I can easily reach everywhere that I need to. But the rubber floor mats also did a really good job of containing any dirt or mess, so the carpets underneath are in really good shape. Now, one tip I have for leather seats is that when you're vacuuming them, you really need to stretch the seams open, as that's where all the dirt and grime likes to collect. There's lots of times when you can look at a seat and it will look clean until you open up those seams, so always make sure to get down in there well, as it will make cleaning them later on much less painful. Now, just before I finish up vacuuming, I'll go around with my Detail Geek Boar's Hair detail brush and get down into all the cracks and crevices around the vehicle to lift out any dirt and debris. And then for any surfaces that are more prone to scratches, I'll switch over to the Ultra Soft brush. Moving to the driver's footwell, which was easily the dirtiest area of carpet in the truck, and with some carpet solution sprayed on, I'll hit it with my Detail Geek soft white drill brush and then suck it all up with the Bissell extractor, which, as you know, is a very reasonably priced unit that is capable of delivering exceptional results. So if any of you out there have dirty carpets or seats in your vehicle, the links to all the products and tools I use are down in the description for you. Here's all the dirty water pulled from the truck today. Honestly, not as gross as I expected. Now for interior trim this dirty, I'm first spraying on some of my all-purpose cleaner diluted 10:1 and then hitting it with the steamer and brush attachment, and that combo basically makes the dirt and grime just melt off the plastic. So after about a minute, I've got the door looking perfect again, aside from the couple small spots where there was some chemical transfer. Okay, here's a look at the rear cup holder inserts, and I can't for the life of me figure out what this is. At first I thought it might have been a melted chocolate bar or something, but it was really sticky and the consistency just wasn't right. But either way, it was disgusting, and thankfully I've got the steamer to make quick work of it and get this plastic insert looking brand new again. Alright, turning to the leather now, and with it being as dirty as it is and appearing to have chemical transfer on it, I'm going ahead and using the steamer, as it definitely needs a more aggressive approach. So after agitating the cleaner, I'll simply just wipe the seats clean, and once they're all done, I'll apply some conditioner to nourish and revive the leather.
stuff on there that's like permanently on there.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
It looks real good.
Yeah. Nice and clean.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it turned out good. Okay, well, I'll give you those and
Perfect.
all right,
Awesome.
enjoy it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, see ya. All right, guys, well, 12 hours later and all the mud is taken care of and that blue paint is looking absolutely spectacular. Now, if you guys enjoyed this transformation, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, enjoy the guitar outro, and I'll see you guys in the next one.